Nyrstar is a global multi-metals business with a market-leading position in zinc and lead and growing positions in other base and precious metals, which are essential resources that are fueling the rapid urbanization and industrialization of our changing world. Nyrstar has mining, smelting and other operations located in Europe, the Americas and Australia, and employs approximately 5,000 people. In 2016, Nyrstar Balen smelter executed a marathon maintenance shutdown of their roasting department. During a time frame of 44 days, Nyrstar renewed one of the two roasters with, in parallel, a 5-day turnaround of the leaching and electrolysis departments. Besides the aim to execute this turnaround within the preset budget and time, and so guaranteeing reliability of the installations for the years to come, safety for its people and the environment is the absolute #1 value. In this video, we'll be zooming in on installing the new fluidized bed roasting furnace called Fluo 4 as part of the turnaround. After almost a full year of preparation, in partnership with the main contractor of the project, Younger and Greater, the team started pre-assembly of the steel outer shell of the new roaster in November 2015. During a period of 4 months, the steel parts of the new roaster were constructed and welded on a special pre-assembly area in the vicinity of the roaster department. In February 2016, the 4 main steel parts of the new roaster were pre-assembled to form 2 separate units. During pre-assembly, the floor of the new roaster was equipped with more than 5,000 nozzles in between refractory concrete, which is already cast. After hardening, Nyrstar covered the brand new floor with a wooden floor to protect it. Scaffolding was placed on top. Subsequently, the pre-assembly area was prepared to mount the 1,600-ton crane, which will lift the giant steel parts of each more than 100 tons into place. On March the 9th, the turnaround period kicked off. Nyrstar Balen and the operators of the roasting department said farewell to the 35-year-old roaster responsible for the production of almost 3 million tons of zinc during its lifetime. Putting safety first in everything they do, the refractory dome of the roaster was demolished using a technique which doesn't require people in the ground area around the furnace. After the dome was demolished, the refractory part and upper steel part of the roaster was next on the list. All debris was removed from the top. After 7 days, only the bottom steel part remains. On March 18th, the giant 1,600-ton crane was in place, ready to start lifting works. First of all, the remaining steel bottom part of the old roaster was lifted out. Over the next days, the newly constructed steel shell of the roaster, existing out of 2 modules, was hoisted into place. In the bottom part, scaffolding was already pre-mounted to save time during the construction phase. Cooling elements are pre-mounted as well. All was well prepared and solidly engineered in advance for an optimal duration of the shutdown. On March 22nd, the steel shell of the roaster was put in place and Younger and Greater is ready to start a huge task. 2 teams of 40 people will work inside of the furnace day and night to mount the refractory lining of the new roaster. Driven by efficiency, workers start at different floors simultaneously. The lead job was the construction of the refractory dome in the roof of the furnace. Working with this amount of people in a limited space, Nyrstar organised additional resources to maintain strong focus on safety. In order to realise this immense speed of refractory works, a special lift was constructed in the central shaft of the internal scaffolding in the furnace. This allowed Nyrstar to distribute more than 1 ton of bricks per hour to the several working floors inside.
It was an enormous achievement of the whole project team. For Nyrstar, the preparation phase, identifying the right contractors and subcontractors, was key to the success of this project. And we couldn't have done this without our main contractor, Younger and Greater. For us, for Nyrstar, this was also an opportunity to improve the geometry of the furnace. We have made changes to geometry, the choice of refractory, our monitoring systems, all with the focus on process stability, a higher throughput, and of course keeping our safety standards as high as possible.
As Younger and Greater, we have the experience and knowledge to execute work like this. Our good cooperation with Nyrstar enabled this project to be a success story. Nyrstar demanded excellence from each of the project partners in its field of business. Franken Apparatebau for the steelworks, Mammut for crane works, Pran for scaffolding and insulation works, Demolter for demolition, and Excelsius for the triad.
On April 11th, refractory works are finished and the internal scaffolding and building lift are removed. The teams finished smaller tasks in a record time to enable the startup of the new roaster, Fluo 4, like burners, feeding ports and overflow. In the very last stage, all project partners carefully carried out a final inspection. After this, they gave the sign to officially close the furnace door and prepare for commissioning. Immediately afterwards, they started the heat-up cycle to put the furnace into operation. After 3 days of heating the roaster, it reached its operational temperature. From that point onwards, Nyrstar's operators took over. 44 days after the start of the turnaround, 5 days faster than planned, the new furnace started producing its first zinc calcine.
Ook voor ons was het een beetje aan het werken, omdat de werken zijn nu verspreid geweest. Er was een stop van 49 dagen zeker in totaal.
Er zijn geen zware incidenten gebeurd, dus ik denk qua veiligheid dat wel in orde zijn.
Ik vind dat de samenwerking tussen productie, onderhoud en het team heel goed verlopen is.
Als je goed overeenkomt, dan lukt dat wel.
Het feit dat we deze opdracht hebben gedaan zonder noemenswaardige veiligheidsincidenten is onze grootste troef en onze grootste prestatie geweest. Maar ook vooral het behouden van rust in onze organisatie. Met 3 woorden, het was prachtig.
On April X, the teams in Balen embarked on a new era for the roasting department of Nyrstar Balen, the Nyrstar Group, and zinc smelting. Nyrstar, Resources for a changing world.